Hey guys, today we're going to learn about how to read a passage and comprehend the passage that you are going to read. The topic is the bookends of time. Nothing lasts forever, not humanity, not Earth, not the universe, but finitude confers on indelible meaning to our lives. So first, let's start reading the passage. Do you recall the first time you know you would die? It's a milestone, realizing your time is limited, that things happen before you and will happen afterward in your absence. So what it says is that it says, can you remember the time first time you know that you would die? The first time that you realize that you are not going to live forever, and that realization kicks in like that things have happened before us, before I was born, and it will even happen afterwards in our absence. That is after we die also, it will happen. The things that will happen. So coming to the next paragraph, as we grow up, the understanding of death comes in stages, but it culminates in acknowledgement of one's own unavoidable yet unpredictable mortality. Sometime between the ages of 6 and 10, children become aware that the time is inescapably bound. So what they say is, as we grow up, the understanding of death, like how we are going to how we are going to die, comes in various stages. But finally, it leads to the acknowledgement of one's own. That means finally they'll be able to realize that death is unavoidable and it is not predictable. That is what they're saying, mortality. That is, human life is mortal. So this realization happens generally between the ages of 6 and 10. Children become aware that the time is inescapably bounded. Inescapably bounded. That means uh, there is no escape to death. Roughly the same might be said of humanity's self-knowledge. Only recently has the human collective begun accepting the fact that it is itself mortal. We now appreciate that events unfolded for eons before us, and that our species can disappear, never to return. One day, the cosmos will persist without human witness, nor any inherent tendency to manifest things we cherish. So, the same thing could be said about the humanity's self-knowledge. Like only just now we have come to realize that we are immortal. Sorry, we are mortal. After that, we are appreciating the events that unfolded for eons before us. That means we are unfolding what happened before us, events that happened before us. Before we were born, there were some significant events that took place. So we are able to appreciate those things. And we are also able to realize that our species can disappear. That means humankind will be entirely eradicated and it never comes back again. So one day the cosmos, that is the universe, will persist without human witness. So the cosmos will be present, but there will be no human to say that the cosmos was there. No human will be present at that moment. The anti-war campaigner Jonathan Shell called this realization the second death. So this man called Jonathan Shell, he was an anti-war campaigner. So he called this realization the second death. Growing up, each of us comes to terms psychologically as first death, our own. But beyond this lurks the realization that humankind itself hasn't always existed and won't be around forever. So growing up, we always come with the first death. That is, uh, we come to the realization that we are going to die anyway. That is the first death the passage is talking about. And we come to realize that humankind hasn't existed always. When the universe started, only after some period of time did humankind emerge. That is what they're saying here. And the human race would not be forever around the world. Sometime it would be perished. So coming to the next paragraph. For most of history, such understanding was lacking. People could defang or outright deny the possibility of beginnings and ends greater than those of our own biographies by appealing to eternity. Before we found evidence to prove otherwise, it was permissible to presume that beyond tangible scales, time has no true bounds. For millennia, people have found comfort in this because nothing dies in eternity. Given eternal times, every possibility, no matter how wildly improbable, will repeat and recur limitlessly. Outside of our island of perceptible time, within eternity's boundless ocean, it remains plausible to assume that all these things will eventually resurrect. So, contrary to the previous passage, here what they are saying is that such understanding was lacking. Like people in past lives, they told that they believed that it that their lives are eternal, meaning even when they die, they would be reborn into another life and continue living for infinite time. They found comfort in this concept of eternity. So they thought that even if we die, there is a chance for us to be reborn and live another life. They're, they're telling that even the unlikely chances of dying will result in another life. So this was the belief that they had in the previous lives. But it's now clear humanity lacks the luxury of eternity. We know this because evidence has accumulated to show that there are greater, even more encompassing mortalities than our own. We now understand Earth and its life at their origins, and one day they will be cremated by our aging sun. A third death, then. Beyond that, even the universe itself has its bounds. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Has its bounds. It began with a bang, and the consensus view is that in the distant future it will likely have its end. Thus, a fourth death. Multiple grander mortalities expanding concentrically outward. So now they came to realize that humanity lacks this luxury of eternity. They know that humanity is not eternal. We come to know because other than the human life, even there are other mortalities that are happening. We now understand that Earth and its life at their origins, and one day they will be cremated by our aging sun. So now we can understand that even the Earth and its other life forms, one day they have had their origins. On one day they will be cremated. That is, it will be destroyed by our sun. A third death then, beyond that, even the universe itself has its bounds. It began with a bang, and the consensus view is that in the distant future, it will likely have its end. So even the universe, that is which started with a bang, that is Big Bang theory, which proposes that the universe started with a bang. So based on multiple peoples and scholars, it is said that in distant future, in the future, to likely have its end. The universe also will be destroyed. Thus, a fourth death, multiple grander mortalities expanding concentrically outward. That is, first the human life would be eradicated, then the earth and the other life forms, then the universe would be eradicated. That is, it, it is it is destroyed concentrically outward. Human life, earth and other life forms, then the uh, universe. So thank you for watching this video. So stay tuned for part 2. Thank you.